Hey YouTubers, Raven here. Today we'll be talking about Cisco from The Flash.
Yay!
Does he have a last name?
Ramon.
Oh.
Cisco Ramon.
He doesn't strike me as a guy with the name Ramon. Oh well. Okay, so what are your thoughts on Cisco?
Well, we don't know a whole lot about him yet.
And we don't know a whole lot about a lot of the characters. About all the characters. Because it's been half a season.
But he's cool. I like his enthusiasm with science and with all the things that he works on. He created Barry's suit.
He did.
And he created the cold gun and a lot of other things. And he's he's a scientist, of course, at Star Labs.
Yes.
What?
Okay, he's a goofy guy who comes up with a lot of code names.
Yes, he comes up with all the nicknames for the metahumans that Barry fights.
That's his job.
That's his job.
And his job is also fighting with Caitlin over figuring out how many bugs Barry eats per second while he's running.
And figuring out all the figures, like if he has to go up a building, how many meters he has to, how long that would take, or
how
calculating all those, how fast he has to
water.
run, and like calculating all those things.
Yeah. And how big of a distance does he need if he's gonna hit Mach 1?
5.3 miles.
Yes.
Sonic Boom Punch, baby! Woo!
He's such a kid. I love him for it.
I love watching him get so excited over like a new toy that he can play with.
Yeah.
You know?
He's so cute. I want to punch his cheeks. He's like a little baby.
He's just so adorable.
He is.
And I love how good of a friend he is. Too.
Yeah.
Because like he's really been there for
loyal.
He is, and he's really been there for Caitlin.
Yeah.
That's why people are starting to ship them, which I think is kind of weird.
That's kind of cute.
It is cute.
Because you know that will never happen.
They're calling them Killer Vibe.
That is cool. You guys are awesome.
Isn't that awesome? Killer Vibe.
That's amazing.
And Cisco too.
No.
Killer Vibe's better.
Yes. I don't care if they don't have their powers yet. It's Killer Vibe, baby, all the way.
Because he is going to become Vibe.
And she's totally eventually...
It's inevitable.
Gonna become Killer Frost.
It's seriously inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
We just don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
Killer Frost might happen in
I think that the
seasons.
Vibe is gonna happen first.
Vibe might happen in season 2.
It might happen in the last half of 1, like maybe the last few episodes.
I don't think Vibe would come in the first season. I think Vibe will come next season, and Killer Frost will
They might like introduce it at the end of season 1, and then kind of continue it into season 2.
We suddenly like it flashes at the very end of the last episode of the finale. He's like touching something and it starts to vibrate. And then boom, season over.
They are bringing his brother on in like episode 16 or 17. So we're gonna see like that dynamic and what type of relationship he has with him and
with his whole family.
Yeah,
you bring on is it a twin brother, right?
I don't know if he's his twin brother.
Okay. You bring on one family member, and they start talking about the whole damn family. So we're gonna find out a lot about his family.
His name is Nick Gonzalez. He was actually a character on Sleepy Hollow for a little while in like the first season. I forgot his name though. But he was like this supposed love interest for Abby for a little bit, and he worked at the police station. But anyway, he's the guy that is been cast as Cisco's brother. So
cool.
Yeah.
So we might even get a glimpse into in Cisco's past, because their brothers will probably fight over something that happened 5-6 years ago. I mean, really, that's what family does.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look at Sam and Dean.
Yup. You weren't there for me when I needed you.
That's been going on for 10 freaking seasons, man.
and set off on an 11th.
Yes.
So we can only hope that the Flash and Arrow get to live as longer.
Well, hey, Smallville went for 10 years, so
yes, but
it could happen.
Yeah,
might not, but it could.
Yeah. So we get all of that
as long as they keep doing good writing and keeping the stories fresh and everything. It'll probably last for a while.
Yeah. So, Cisco is gonna be awesome.
And I love in the promo for the next episode, the Pied Piper's like, I'm thinking of calling myself the Pied Piper.
Hey, I get the nicknames around here.
I come up with the nicknames around here. And he's like, but that's not half bad.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, then why yell at him?
And it was so funny when he was coming up with a nickname for the Reverse Flash. He's like, Opposite Flash. I'm like, that's lame.
Very lame. And then he's like, Reverse Flash. What? He called him that? He called himself that too. Yeah. And
then, like, also in the trailer that they had, they kept having him say different names, and Wells was like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Heatwave. He's like, Heatwave. You know, Captain Cold. Pied Piper. He's like, stop doing that.
Yeah. So, that's Cisco in a nutshell. He's really a child.
I mean,
I love him for that.
I do too. Because we need to have, like, that childlike innocence and that fun, enthusiastic person on that show. I mean, the show's already fun, and it has a lot of heart, and it's very light. But, you know, he just makes it fun because of his attitude about everything.
Yeah.
And I think he, of course, has a better relationship with Caitlin. I mean, he's good friends with Barry, too, but he worked with Caitlin longer, so he's known her more years.
But all four of them are scientists. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So...
Isn't Caitlin, like, a physicist?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Anyway, they deal with physics because what the powers that the Flash has are...
metaphysical.
Are related to physical science. Physics.
Yeah.
Force of motion and sound and all that.
Yay. If you guys like that, more power to you. I can't understand any of it. Okay, so Cisco, is that everything? Did we?
Oh. In the mid-season finale, him and Joe are going to investigate further into what happened that night. Remember? Right. Because there were two
streaks of lightning.
There was red and yellow.
Yeah. And the Flash was the yellow one.
And the Reverse Flash was the red.
Because it's really weird. Like, you would think that the streak behind them was the color of the suit. But it's the color of the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That they wear. So that's the one way you can always remember when you're watching the show. If you see a streak go by, if it's mostly yellow,
it's the Flash.
It's the Flash. If it's mostly red,
it's the Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash. So, that's Cisco in a nutshell.
Yes.
Peace out, and until next time,
peace.
Keep believing in the impossible.